Hello everybody and welcome to a very enjoyable episode, anime review of a very enjoyable episode, that's what I should have said, of Isekai Quartet, episode 8. It was, I'm just, I said again, still weird, having them all interact, but I love it. 10 minutes is not long enough, please make more. I would really like them to make more. I really don't want this to be the end. I don't know how many more skits they could think of, but do it, because I think it'd be funny, and that's pretty much the only reason I've got for wanting more. It's just really good, isn't it? So the episode begins with Ainz and Co in front of, I say Ainz and Co, it's Ainz, Albedo and Amelia, in front of the class, basically saying we should do something on this school trip. Everyone agree, and then Kazuma has his little inside thought, he's like, who's going to disagree with the scary skeleton man? They would have to be an idiot. And then Aqua disagrees, and basically because she doesn't like the skeleton men, and that's her reasoning, which is very not good reasoning. But then Amelia is like, actually it was my idea, and she does the whole pure-hearted thing, like, I just want everyone to get along, tee-hee. And then Aqua's like, fine, I what's the word, I bend my knee to your rule. She looks kind of bad about it too. She's like, oh man, I feel like I've kicked a puppy. Don't kick a puppy, puppies have souls too. Up next, they've got to think of an idea. Subaru takes the lead from the back of the class, which is a bit weird. He's like, everyone, let's think of ideas, preferably something sexy. To which Albedo nosebleed explodes. I don't know how to describe it other than that. So which Subaru is like, nurse. Rem is like, I'm a nurse, but the other nurse is also having a nosebleed because Shaltir is also down, which is funny and brilliant, but I question why other characters, and I guess it's not really in other characters to do that, so I guess it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. I feel like I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. So they've gathered a list of ideas, acceptable ideas, and they've shot down some bad ideas from Megumin and Darkness, which is pretty funny. Ainz was like, nobody has any more suggestions. Ainz said that. I can't remember. There's too many characters and not enough time. Leave me alone. After that, what happens? I'm going to check my note. Test of courage. It was Kazuma's idea. Kazuma was like, let's do a test of courage. To which Subaru excellently points out, hang on a minute, half of our classmates are trained military people, or like skeleton undead bros. Like, yeah, the test of courage. Would any of them fall for the test of courage? Any of the... No, none of them. I'm really thinking none of them would. Well, test of courage is not a good plan, but that's the idea they go with, because Subaru's had like a little daydream vision. He's explaining how it works, and Albedo's like, let's do that, because it's in her name. She is Albedo. Then afterwards, that's what they decide to do. Test of courage. Amelia goes up to Subaru. Is like, what is a test of courage? So I guess next episode is going to be him trying to teach her what a test of courage is. Maybe. Because I don't think I think the beach might be, that'd be end game, Yeah, pretty exciting segment. I kind of want to get to the last little part because it's the best part of the episode, IMO. So I'm gonna do that. Everything else is enjoyable though, but the last bit I thought was really good. So it's swimsuit shopping. That's what the last bit is. Start with Team Tanya. By Team Tanya, I mean it's the Tanya and the lady, whose name I don't remember. I'm sorry, there's a lot of characters. They don't say the names. I'm sorry. They're swimsuit shopping. They see Albedo and Shaltir swimsuit shopping, not for themselves. They're finding speedos for Ainz. Again, why would a skeleton need a swim trunks? Because he doesn't have anything to cover. He's a skeleton. How would that even work? It wouldn't attach properly, would it? I'm thinking way too far into this, but something that has to be done. I'm not gonna let him get away with this leap in logic. Then Kazuma and Aqua are there. Kazuma's looking for a swimsuit, and Aqua's like, "You suck. Who would like you in a swimsuit?" And I'm like, "Oh, how dare you say that to Kazuma's harem?" Or Kazuma has a harem. At some point, we'll get there. I have to check my notes. It's a long section. They run into Albedo and Shaltir, and they're about to fight Aqua and then them two, and Kazuma basically talks them all down. He's like, hey, let's all be friends, teehee. He mimics Amelia. It was really weird because it showed her, but it was his voice coming out. It was very Kazuma, and I agree with it a lot. What happens next? There was a lot to go over. So they settle down. He realizes that Albedo is a succubus, and it gets a bit weird. And he's like, "Can you do that dream thing?" Because in his world, the succubus do the dream. They give you sexy dreams, essentially. So he's like, "Can you do that?" But realizing what's going on, or maybe misrealizing what's going on, misunderstanding, Shout is like, "Hey, actually, she's a pure maiden, virgin, haha." She's like, "How funny is that? You know, that a succubus is virgin." And he's like, "Whoa, really? Really?" But then, surprisingly, Aqua actually comes to Albedo's aid. She's like, "There's nothing wrong with saving yourself for the person you like. There's only one thing that's wrong in this world, and that's padding your boobs." To which Shout here, you know, the arrow gets her, because that's a thing she does, apparently. I'm not gonna... I mean, there's that one part in season 1. Yeah, I think it's confirmed. I'm gonna say it's confirmed. And then Shout here is sad and angry at Aqua, and they're about to start fighting. Aqua doesn't even realise that she's insulted her, I guess. So I guess that's a good pad job. What do I have no idea. I have no evidence either way. And then there's a bit of a shout going on. Albedo's holding Shout here back, and the Tanya ladies hear them, and they're like, "What? That's so loud. What is that?" And they're still shopping. So that was the episode. I had a great time, especially that last bit with it. This series really shines with the inter-series interactions. It hasn't done it as much as I was hoping. I was hoping, like, I guess because they've tried to have a plot. As weird as that sounds, they've tried to have a story. It's not just little skits. It's like little skits and then there's a little story as well. Not a very interesting story. It's like, hey, school's really great, but it's fine, you know? If this had a 10 out of 10 story, it's doing something wrong. It doesn't need a 10 out of 10 story. It's good. I'm really enjoying myself. Let me know if you're enjoying yourself as well. And I will see you next week. Bye, guys.